Kia ora Star Wars fans, welcome to middle-aged Kiwi man collecting Star Wars figures. In this video we're going to do a bit of a Star Wars room tour, but it's not my Star Wars room. We're going to go and visit my good friend Thorsten, and we're going to talk to him about his collection. Now, Thorsten's a very good friend of mine, and with us and a few other group of guys that collect Star Wars figures in the area, we started a group called Star Wars Man Caves Tours, so essentially we're just going to go and check out his man cave. Thorsten has an interesting history of Star Wars. He's got a mixture of his own childhood figures, he's got a bit of original vintage, bit of modern, and a bit of the retro kind of style as well. And because he's from Germany, he's got a few bits and pieces from his childhood, so we'll go check it out and we'll talk to him about all those things. So come join me. And here we are. And this is Thorsten, and he also has fine taste in t-shirts.
T-shirt buddies, of course.
Well, here we go. Christmas was always special. 1983. That's me holding my brand new Landspeeder. You can still see the Star Wars box. Even in 1983, they still had Star Wars boxes available, and the Torn, and the Wampa in the corner there as well. It was the best Christmas.
And there is that Landspeeder. Alright, Thorsten, tell us about when you got into Star Wars collecting, and maybe what were your first Star Wars figures and childhood memories?
I remember that Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980, and I was still a little bit too young to go there by myself, but I've heard about it, I was fascinated about it. And when the figures landed, I picked up the figure without knowing the film yet. And the first figure I bought was this one here. It was Bespin Luke. And he is my first figure and will always be my favorite one too.
Here's your nice display of like the first 12 with a mixture of childhood and others. You want to show us which ones are your childhood ones?
Sure. So, by the way, the stand is for 6-inch, but the pegs are perfect for 3 3/4. So the Stormies there are childhood figures, and the Java here is a childhood figure. That's a stand solo recreation. The C-3PO in the back there with the removable limbs is a childhood figure, and so is the grey hair Ben. Look at this, it even has the tinder tip. That's the Squad Commander. Jabba the Hutt. He is responsible for all this. Although I've saved almost all my childhood collection, I didn't have any vehicles. I had not all the figures. I just wanted Jabba the Hutt, and I picked them up at about 2010 of eBay, and that was the beginning of the end.
Okay, Thorsten, you grew up watching Star Wars in Germany. What was that like, and what are the differences?
Well, it's the same movie, just all dubbed into German, so no subtitles, just everyone speaks German. You can see here it says Star Wars, but then the title is translated Die Rückkehr der Jedi-Ritter rather than The Return of the Jedi. And yeah, that was my experience. I had everything, for me that was how I accessed Star Wars. Krieg der Sterne.
And over here on the Boba Fett shelf we have a Thorsten figure. Tell us about this one, Thorsten.
Yeah, that was cool. I've done a little job because I'm German. I'm quite often work with the Goethe Institute, and I did a recording for them. And the technician, he was into laser printing. And he said, "Oh, what can I do for you?" And I thought, I saw you've got some Star Wars stuff on your office desk. Can you print me? And he said, "Yeah, sure." So he did. And then I've got another good buddy, a very close friend of Jason, who is into modeling and painting, and he took it to the next level. And yeah, so I display myself here as a bounty hunter.
So Thorsten, tell us about your prototype Fett Focus.
Right, this is something that I've kind of stumbled upon about half a year ago, so this is quite brand new. What you see here is so-called prototypes from a chap in Asia called Pro Customs, and he had the idea of creating or recreating the known prototypes that are out there, probably in some safe, because they are so expensive now. They're going for over $100,000 and $200,000 if I'm not mistaken. I love Boba Fett, we all do, and so you can see a lot of different variations. You have got the L rocket here, an early prototype, and then they kind of progress a little bit to the final sort of J version. You can see that here. We turn them around, that's the J version. Of course, these ones were never produced, and they only now exist for collectors like myself, who enjoys the concept behind it. Right, childhood cantina band, still humming away there, and that is actually my childhood yuck face.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a latest arrival. It's a Effort Mon in vintage style. It's created by a guy in the Netherlands, the Next 17. Really cool figure, I recommend it.
Alright, Thorsten, you've been dabbling in some customs. Do you mind showing us those, please?
Sure, absolutely. Here you can see my first custom. I had quite a yellow stormtrooper, and I thought, if I give him a poltron, he looks like a sand trooper. And I zhushed him up a little bit, and yeah, here he is, and he looks really good on my Tatooine set.
Very cool.
Now, when Rogue One came out, I picked up the modern figures, of course, but I couldn't find a Raddus. But I had a spare Admiral Akbar and a really beat up Klaatu. So the top is Akbar and the bottom is Klaatu. And then I gave him a paint job, and yeah, there we go, Admiral Raddus.
Nice. And what about this one?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but there is a Turkish customs in the 80s that put them on cardback. They're called Uzay, or Blue Snowtrooper. Again, I had a spare Snowtrooper, quite yellow, very loose. So yeah, I gave him a fresh paint, gave him a white gun there, and yeah, so I've got my own little Uzay custom.
And here's Thorsten's lineup of vintage carbacks. Just the carbacks there, but in star cases. They look really cool like that. And there's Attack. Thorsten has a very impressive Hoth Rebel base with a mixture, I think, of childhood and more recently acquired. So there we go. That was just a quick run through of Thorsten's amazing collection. It's always a pleasure to hang out with this guy. We will continue to hang out. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and a look at his collection. Let us know in the comments below if there's anything that you would like to see more of, because I'm sure that Thorsten would be happy to share it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's us. May the Force be with you.
And ka kite.